ọba tá ò rí tá à ń rí ṣe ọwọ́ ẹ̀, the one that reigns and he rules in the affairs of men. I'm so grateful today. Happy birthday to me. I'm so happy that God added another year to me. Èmi kò lè ṣe kémi má yìn Olúwa o. Èmi kò lè ṣe kémi má yìn bàbá mi o. Bàbá mi ló jẹ́. Lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ mi ò lẹ́lòmíràn. Ọba tó ń juni lọ tó lè juni nù. Àlá tí ò ṣe é rọ́. My hope in the storm. My help. My light. My shield. My buckler. My fortress. Lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ìrànlọ́wọ́. Kábíyèsí. I'm so grateful for the gift of life. Today, God added another year to me. 59 years on earth. Tí o ṣẹ̀mí mi légbodò, mo dúpẹ́ o Ọlọ́run o. Aráyé o ẹ bá mi jó. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin family Fresh FM Shematters ẹ bá mi yọ̀. 59 years tí mo ti ń bá bọ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ o f'Olúwa o. I'm so grateful. I'm short of words. I'm eternally grateful to God Almighty. Ọba tó kó mi yọ ńgbà téṣù fẹ́ gbàjọba. Àlá tí ò ṣe é rọ́. Ó ní mọ́lẹ̀ láàrin òkùnkùn ayé mi. Aṣíwájú ogun lálọ. Akẹ́yìn ogun lábọ̀. Ọba tó dúró tì mí, tó dúró tì ní lọ́jọ́ ogun le koko. The God of Israel. The God of faithfulness without injustice. The God of all flesh. Mo yìn yín lógo. Ibi ẹ̀sìn mi dé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé mo lè dé bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mo yìn ọ́ lógo. Ibi ẹ ràn mí lọ́wọ́ dé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé mo lè já síbẹ̀ o. Mo yìn ọ́ lógo. Àtìlẹ́yìn kójú má ti ní. Mo yìn ọ́ o. You have been my cover, my buckler. Àwọn èèyàn sọ pé kí ló dé tí mo yìn Ọlọ́run báyìí. Ẹni tàn ṣe lóore tí kò mọ̀ olúbíọ́ní. Èmi tàn ṣe lóore tí mo mọ̀ mo dé ìyá ṣọpẹ́ òwe. I know what he has done for me. Mélòó ni màá rò? How many would I mention? In his goodness, in his mercies, he has given me life. Not only life, sound health, sound mind, over everything that gives me joy. Tèmi kò bá yìn Olúwa lè bínú. Tèmi kò bá yìn ọ́, ó lè dùn Olúwa. Oore rẹ̀ má pọ̀, ó ju yanrìn òkun lọ. Mélòó ni màá rò? Àfi tí ṣá máa dúpẹ́, àfi kí n ṣá máa dúpẹ́. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the gift of sound health. Mo ń sọ ilé, mo tún sọ. Ọ̀pọ̀ òjò ló rọ̀ tílẹ̀ ti fi mú o. Ọba tó kó mi yọ ńgbà téṣù fẹ́ gbàjọba. Lórí ayé mi, lórí ilé mi, lórí àwọn ọmọ mi. Ńgbà t'Ọlọ́run máa ṣe pabambarì fún mi. He now gave me a male child. Prophet GF Adetuberu on my birthday 7th of August. Kí ni mo ṣe tí mo fi rí àánú tó lè gbà? Powerful man of God. Olúwa o. Èmi tí ayé ti sọ pé kò lè ṣe rere mọ́. Mo ráàánú gbà. Èmi òkúta tí ìmọ̀lé kọ̀ sílẹ̀ mo wá digun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin ilé. The day I have the privilege to tell you the story of my life, some of you will be crying for 1 month. You just remember me and you'll be shedding tears of joy and say, Ronnie, òótọ́ ni mi dẹ̀ ń parọ́. I have the evidences of God's goodness in my life. Lórí Olúwagbémiga, Prophet GF Adetuberu, my firstborn son. I had him on my birthday. My second son, Muyiwa Adetuberu, the naval officer. I had him on the 18th of August. My last-born son, Sheye Adetuberu, the clinical psychologist. I want to appreciate the Almighty God for the gift of Dr. Yinka Joel Ayefele. Mo máa ń sọ, there's no way they will write the history of my life that his name will not be written in gold. Mo ṣì máa kí wọn lẹ́yìn ètò. I really appreciate all our listeners. Àánú mo rí gbà o, Adé. Àánú mo rí gbà, Adé orí ọ̀kín. Àánú mo rí gbà o. Lórí ọmọ, lórí ọmọ ọmọ, lórí ọkọ, lórí ìdílé, lórí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ràn mi, tẹ́ ń fìfẹ́ bá mi lò nínú ìrìn àjò ayé mi. I celebrate everyone. I appreciate you. I'm not taking you for granted. Ọlọ́run mọ̀ pé mo máa ń mọ nǹkan lóore. Mi ṣàbára mo rí jẹ́ o. I appreciate everyone for the love that is showered on me today all over the world. My name is funkeadetuberu. This is Shematters on Fresh FM 105.9 Ibadan. Kí ló dé? The kind of love Ibadan people have shown me today have never experienced that kind of love before. Fresh FM family, thank you so much for acknowledging and appreciating the gift of a good day. It's a special day to me. Say, call on to fún mi lọ́mọ mi, Prophet Adetuberu, on my birthday. Kí ló dé? Àánú mo rí gbà, adé orí ọ̀kín. Ẹ̀yin ará Ìbàdàn, ẹ ṣé. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the credit. Thank you for the gifts. I should tell my account number. Kí ló dé? I appreciate you so dearly. Thank you very much. I'm grateful. Thank you. Wow, today is just this day of Thanksgiving. It's a day of joy. It's a day of celebration. I would have actually loved everybody that has been, been blessed through this medium to give their, word of testimonies. If I do that, we are going to use the whole of Shematters today to talk about the things that this program has done to you, how it has blessed you, change your life, give you another perspective to life, give you insight, give you revelation, revolutionize you in a way. I'm not going to do that. I will still allow people to take and drink from the fountain of wisdom and knowledge that I have today to share with you about what it's all about in relationships. Listen to me. There are things I've listened to. There are things I've handled. There are things I've felt. And it's like, wow. Ìkan lélẹ́yìí tí mo fẹ́ kà fún wa lénìí o. And please listen to my heart. Ẹ mọ̀ pé I'm not on your side. I'm not on the person that is asking questions side. I am just doing what I'm privileged to do. And I have no choice because there is a need. Necessity is laid on me. I'm compelled. I'm under compulsion to do what I'm doing. Ẹ máa wò pé òyìnbó mi ti pọ̀ jù lénìí. Gbogbo ẹ̀ a máa yí mọ́ ni. Ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan kan tí mo fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ ni wípé nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ dá sí lénìí, ìbéèrè tí ẹni yìí bi mí, ó máa jẹ́ kí n lọ sí àwọn ìjìnlẹ̀ kan nínú ìgbésí ayé ìgbéyàwó. And I want you to listen to me carefully. Ṣé rí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ tí ì ṣègbéyàwó, ó yẹ kẹ́ kọ́kọ́ máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run náà pé you have the privilege to have this information, because to learn by experience is bitter. To learn by information is better. It is always good to know so much. Ṣé rí ìran tí a wà yìí, ìran 1 minute ni o. Wọn kì í fẹ́ jókòó farabalẹ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Wọn kì í fẹ́ jókòó fi ọkàn bá nǹkan lọ. Ojú kan náà máa fẹ́ wà láti máa wo nǹkan. Ìṣẹ́jú kan wọ́n ti kúrò ńbẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹni tí ó bá máa jìn, tó bá máa lọ jìnnà, ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, must be somebody that is ready to sit down, to listen, to obey, because life is complex. Ṣẹ́rí, èmi tí mo máa ń gbọ́ nǹkan táwọn èèyàn máa ń bá mi sọ lójoojúmọ́, lẹ́yìn ètò ni mo mọ nǹkan tí mò ń sọ láti máa sọ fún yín pé ayé pé méjì, ayé ó ju méjì lọ. Wọ́n ní nǹkan tó wà lẹ́yìn ọ̀fà ó ju èje lọ. Nǹkan tó wà nínú ayé yìí ó ju méje lọ, ó ju mẹ́wàá lọ, ó ju 100 lọ. Àìmọ̀ ló máa ń jẹ́ kéèyàn rò pé manager àyímọ́. Ẹ gbọ́ mi o, nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ lénìí ó deep, torí ìbéèrè lèèyàn kan béèrè lọ́wọ́ mi. Mo ti dá ẹni yẹn lóhùn lálákọ̀ọ́kọ́, ṣùgbọ́n ìgbà tí mò ń ka ìbéèrè yẹn mo ní wàhálà ti dé, wàhálà wà. Àwọn èèyàn tí èèyàn kan, ṣé níbi tí mo ti máa ń mú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo máa ń fẹ́ sọ ni wípé tí èèyàn kan ṣoṣo, if one person asked me, oh God, one question, at least 200 people have a similar question. Not to talk of kí ìbéèrè kan ṣoṣo kó wá bí ọ̀nà 10 lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà. Ó máa draw attention mi ni. My attention is drawn to this, and that's why I am passionate, zealous, enthusiastic about this question. I will read it and I will be breaking it down. Please, ma, I'm a married man. I've been married for the past 15 years, and as a Christian, I've been faithful to my marriage wife. I had an opportunity to come over to from a place, I won't give you the details, I have an oath of confidentiality with my clients. There's nothing you tell me that you will hear somewhere else. Whatever you tell me dies with me. I don't betray confidence. Just of recent, I got a call from a woman who happened to be my school girl, a friend of about 28 years. She's also married. Mounted a pressure on me, demanding for intimate affairs. Ọ̀rọ̀ wà lẹ́ni o, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ lọ farabalẹ̀ láti gbọ́ Shematters ní. It's deep. As a matter of fact, let me say it's a birthday gift for married men and women, young adults, young boys and girls, young male and female, so boys and girls, male and female new, that are ready to go into the future and have peace and have bliss and not be frustrated. Because hear me and hear me profoundly, if you don't hear this now, you will learn by experience, and to learn by experience is bitter. Experience is not the best teacher. Information is the best teacher. Knowing what to do, learning what to do, be informed about what to do is the best teacher. But your experience can never be the best teacher. Experience can give you permanent scars. It can give you permanent problem. Hey, Ọlọ́run mi ò kí n fẹ́ learn by experience. I want to learn by information. I'm reading something. One of the men she was having an affair with had a terminal sickness. Though I make sure I did not release on her, but my worry now is that could that just one encounter be enough for anyone to contact a disease? In case she had that disease. Because one of our man friend has a similar disease. And how do I persuade her to go for a test to be sure that she has not contacted disease from one of the men she mentioned? Let me start from the beginning. I've been married for the past 15 years, and as a Christian, I have been so faithful to my marriage wife. Now listen, any marriage that will work, that will be free, that will stop being nurtured, I'm choosing my words, that you stop being caring about, is after 25 years. The marriage that will last, that will be sure, you say, mo ti marry. That marriage must have lasted 25 years. When the children are gone and you are still friends, living together under the same roof. The first 25 years of marriage determines a lot. This marriage is 15 years. Within that 15 years, there is something I call baggages. I've not asked this person a question, but let me throw it open. If your father had an extramarital relationship, you can't escape it. I'm not cursing, I will explain. If your mother had 4 of you for 4 different men, or you notice that your mother really had an affair with someone, you cannot escape it. So the first thing to do is to look at where you are coming from, by your parents, and the only solution is watch and pray. Shora. Some religion believe in polygamy. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to the people that the tenet of their faith says one wife, one woman for the rest of their lives. There is no husband that is not vulnerable. There is no wife that is not vulnerable. The possibility of getting, oh God, acting out, having an extramarital relationship is 90% in every marriage. 90%. Take it to the bank. And I will explain. There are 7 stages in every relationship. The honeymoon stage. During the honeymoon stage, you don't have a fight. You overlook the fight. The guy is doing something. you don't like it, but you are not saying anything. You don't want to hurt his feelings, you don't want to hurt her feelings, you want everything to be smooth. You overlook errors, you overlook mistakes. Òyìnbó birthday gift òyìnbó ni mò ń fún wa lẹ́ni, ẹ má bínú. Today is my birthday, I'm happy yo. I need to burst that bubble so that gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wò pé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ní ilé, mo mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ fa àlùbọ́sà díẹ̀ sí ni. Now listen to me profoundly today. During the honeymoon stage, nobody realizes anything. A máa ń fojú fo ẹ̀ṣẹ̀, nǹkan tá a like, nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀, nǹkan tí anybody ṣe, à fojú fo. But we now get to the next stage, which is the stage of realization. Now, during the stage of realization, I'm taking you somewhere. I'm answering this question in like a bouquet, in a comprehensive way. Now, for the stage of realization, you are noticing some things, you are not talking. You are not saying anything. You are noticing some things, you are not confronting it. You are not addressing it. Wàá máa mọ mọ́ra, stage of realization. Wo kò mean, kò mọ̀ọ́mọ̀. Báwo mo ṣe fẹ́ sọ, mi fẹ́ kó bínú, mi fẹ́ kó jà, mi fẹ́ ká jà. On that premise, you are going to move to the next stage, which is the nagging stage. Now, the nagging stage is you are subtly unhappy, you are upset about things. It could be attitude, it could be manners, it could be the way things are done financially. It may be some decisions, it may be an impulsive reaction or action. It can be anything. Now, when you realize those things, ọkọ mi tó bá lò máa dé láago mẹ́rin, ó dàgò márùn, ó dàgò márùn sì dá 1 hour, ó dàgò mẹ́wàá alẹ́. Tó bá ní go come ló ń sọ o, tó bá ní ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ kú òru ló ń sọ o. Meaning that you are beginning to realize you can fix your own as a married man or a married woman. It means that you are realizing some things and you don't know you don't understand. You are confused. Pé yé bọ̀bọ̀ yìí ó ń ta tẹ́tẹ́ realization. Ṣé àpòjú ti ká, honeymoon stage ti ká. Àṣẹ ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan ó máa ń ọrùn, ó máa ń lanúlẹ̀ tí itọ́ máa já sí gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀dì. Now, these are the things you are seeing that you are not comfortable with or comfortable about, but you don't know how to say it. Because when we are growing up, we were not taught how to talk. We were not trained to communicate. We were trained to suppress and repress whatever we are not comfortable with. So with that, you realize it, you are not saying anything. You realize it, you are not communicating anything. You are just there. Oh God. From that realization stage, subtly you move to the next stage, which is the nagging stage. Wàá máa kíwọ́nú, àkíwọ́lẹ̀, because you are not saying anything. Now, your spouse is not a witch, is not a wizard, kò ń ṣe ọmọràn tó máa ń mojú oyún inú ìgbín or inú karahun. He doesn't know. So the next thing is, ìyàwó mi cold. Bóyá kí o fẹ́ fọ́kàn lálẹ́, fìmílẹ̀. Fìmílẹ̀ jọ, orúnkún mi. Èjìká mi, orúnkún àtẹsẹ̀, gbogbo wọn ló ro mí. Wàá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní complain. You begin to nag. And the man or the woman will be wondering, kí la gbé kí la jù, kí ni mo ṣe báyìí? Mistake ni. Orí kò fine mọ́, orí ó falala, orí ara ẹ ti dálẹ̀, òun ló bímọ fún yín o, gbogbo ọmọ tó bí ló ṣe jẹ́ kára ẹ̀ dálẹ̀ o, ara ẹ̀ jí pépé ńgbà tẹ́ fẹ́ ni o. A lot of things. And when you are realizing those things, if you are not doing something about it, the next thing that will happen is nagging stage. And let me tell you something today. Men cannot stand a nagging woman. It is not easy for a man to feel comfortable with a woman that nags. It is better to live in a house without a roof. Àwọn òtútù kan mú lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta mi mọ̀ bóyá ó dọ́dọ̀ tí AC kẹ̀, fáànù kẹ̀, òtútù mú. kéèyàn wá gbé ilé tí ò lóru, tí ò ní òrùlé, tí ò ní roof. That is how it is when you are contentious or you are nagging as a woman or as a man. Ara ọ̀rọ̀ okùn, ara ọ̀rọ̀ adìyẹ. The two of you are under serious pressure and siege. And if you are not careful, you know what will happen? You get to the next stage. After nagging, avoidance. Bóyá Èkó ló ti ń ṣiṣẹ́, ẹ̀dẹ̀jọ́ wa àtìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ ẹ ti bímọ bíi 4 o. Ẹ wo ọ̀gá, ẹ jẹ́ n lọ sí Àkúrẹ́. Mo fẹ́ lọ ṣiṣẹ́ l'Àkúrẹ́. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ gbé mi lọ kí n lọ ṣe manager, màá ṣe dáadáa. Torí pé kò sí ilé tẹ́ fi láyọ̀ lẹ ṣe fẹ́ lọ sílùú bòmíì. Avoidance stage náà ń pè yẹn. I'm bringing out this question and I'm using it as a birthday bonus. If you are listening to me today, today is my birthday. I'm 59 years old today and I'm grateful. It's been a very busy week for me. Very, very busy week for me. I've not even replied the questions and the text messages of 2 weeks now, but I will still reply. That's why I'm not opening it. There's a woman, I read her text and I forgot to reply. Please, just tell me, ma. Please read my text. Please send it back. But tí ma fi wo òru ni mo ń wò, mo rò pé orun gbé mi lọ díẹ̀. So I didn't reply her. Please, I really wanted to reply her because her thoughts and the things she was going through got to me. Unfortunately, I couldn't scroll back to her text or voice notes because of the time that I was reading it. So please, just send me a text back and say, ma, or voice note, ma, please listen to my voicemail or voice note, and I promise I'm going to get back to you. Now, I've talked about the honeymoon stage, the stage of realization, the nagging stage, and the avoidance stage. Sherry, during the avoidance stage, whether you are a male or a female, that is the time strange things happen. For a man, strange woman. For a woman, strange man. Sherry, marriage àwọn méjèèjì yìí tó wá rí báyìí tó fi di pé obìnrin yẹn gan ti fẹ́ di ajá ìgboro. Something went wrong in their marriage. When they got to the avoidance stage and nothing is done to reconcile, for them to restitute, for them to make up for it, it is trouble for them, for the marriage, for the relationship. The moment that happens, you are breathing a time bomb. It's going to explode. Because after avoidance, during avoidance stage, you know what happens? Some people bury themselves in their work. Tó bá jẹ́ pastor, story boy ìwé Zephaniah or Zechariah á máa kà. Á pẹ́ dé láti office, láti church. Kò ní ráyè ìyàwó, kò ní ráyè ọmọ, torí wọ́n ti wà ní avoidance stage. Hey, by the time, before they know it, another thing will happen. Strange people, money, strange things, strange man, strange woman. Ibi tí àwọn kan ti máa ń padà lọ sọ́dọ̀ ex wọn nìyẹn. That is when you find a lot of people going back to the vomit they have vomited. Because nature hates emptiness. Nature does not allow for vacuum to linger. So before they know it, they get themselves involved in the past relationships or get a new one. Because they are already a sitting or a tinkling bomb. That's the truth. A lot of people, I've seen men that have cried to me, how did I get here? I never planned adultery. I never planned fornication. I've seen women that have said, ma, hey, ẹ gbà mí, mi mọ̀ pọ́kùnrin yìí lè bá mi lò pọ̀. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Màá ti sọ fún wọn pé inú ìgbéyàwó yín tẹ́ wà, ẹ ti wà ní avoidance stage. Inú avoidance stage yẹn lẹ́tí aláyé social media ìyẹn tún dákún nǹkan tó ń lọ. Torí pé kí ni? O ní láti lọ jìnnà kó tó find àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ tẹ́ ti jọ fẹ́ra yín rí. Just Google or search, you will find a name. So to reconcile with your ex is very easy. When we were younger, there was nothing like that. you will have to travel, kò sí telephone, kò sí nǹkan kan láti lọ tó bá fẹ́ really lọ wẹ́n tó ti fẹ́ rí wàhálà ní iṣẹ́ ni. Ṣùgbọ́n sìn yìí ẹ mọ gbogbo oríṣiríṣi ẹlòmíì á save orúkọ ex ẹ ní orúkọ ọmọ ẹ or something kọ́ má bàa mọ̀. And all this happens during the avoidance stage. As I'm talking, if you miss any of this episode or you miss this particular topic, go to my YouTube channel. My channel is funkeadetuberu and listen. Or join me on Instagram. Funkeadetuberu is my handle. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like my YouTube channel. And also join me on Instagram. You can listen to any of my missed episodes on my Instagram handle, and the handle is funkeadetuberu. You know why I said you should go back to it? Because I want to give you an assignment in your marriage. I want you to know the stage in which you are. Is it honeymoon stage? Is it realization stage? Is it avoidance stage? Is it the nagging stage, then the avoidance stage? Now, during the avoidance stage, it's so delicate that if you enter an affair, it's one chance, because you have found a place to meet or fix that emptiness in you that you are missing in your wife. That's it. You are fixing a puzzle. So it's so convenient for you. Maybe your husband is still saying, jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ now. Àdòtí lẹ́nìkan tó yẹ pé ex ẹ tàbí ẹni tó ti lọ ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ tó ti ń fi ẹ́ lọ́kàn balẹ̀ tó ń fi ẹ́ lára balẹ̀, that is meeting your emotional needs. Wàá kàn pé ìṣe fi mílẹ̀ má bàa mi sọ̀rọ̀. Kúnlé báwo ni iṣẹ́ wa okay. Inú àti dùn lápá ibì kan tó bá ti bẹ́ni yẹn sọ̀rọ̀. That is the problem. So the effort you are supposed to put in making your relationship work and have a healthy conversation and confrontation and discuss. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Kò lè ṣe kí ìjà má wà o. Kí la ṣe? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Báwo la ṣe débí? Ó dà my dear, nǹkan tó ṣe ó dùn mí, nǹkan báyìí má bínú, nǹkan tí ìwọ náà ṣe báyìí má bínú. Simple. Ẹ dẹ̀ máa parí ẹ̀, ẹ máa move on. But if there is a substitute, there is another one somewhere that is helping you, there's a problem. What's the problem? You go into adultery. You go into fornication. You commit error that would affect your life and the lives of your children. Now, when you leave that avoidance stage, a lot of people will not leave that place till they are divorced. Some people will not leave that place till they die. Some people will not leave the avoidance stage till they have sexually transmitted disease like HIV and all sorts. They will not leave it because they don't have a person or someone that will intervene. Listen to me. Intervention, allowing somebody to intervene in your relationship is not a sign of weakness, because a lot of people are proud, especially the narcissists, the people that have personality disorder. They are so proud that everybody is their mate, everybody is their friend. They don't have anybody that can tell you, sit down there, hear the truth, hear wisdom. Tí o bá ti sí yẹn, tí o bá ti sí yẹn, tí o bá ti sí yẹn, tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ bá pé nǹkan báyìí ló la máa ń là kọjá. You will live to regret it. Why? Especially if you have children in that home. I've said it before. I've spoken like a broken record, talking about the fact that if yourself and your husband, you are beating each other. I'm in the studio now. I'm recording. Shematters. We have a lot of gadgets here. We have mixers. We have microphones. We have speakers. We have keyboards. We have mouse in the studio. If you and your husband or your wife, you are beating each other every day in this studio, the worst that can happen for the first 25 years is for the gadgets to be dusty. But if you have children in that relationship, every day of their lives, they develop with a storm. So don't come and tell me, kí ló ṣọmọ ẹ̀ tó mugbó, kí ló ṣọmọ ẹ̀ tó ṣe báyìí. She saw you fighting. She saw you acting out. She saw you texting and talking to somebody that is not the mom, is not the dad. She saw you. He saw you. So those children are being damaged. If you are not bothered about your health, you are not bothered about your wealth, you are not bothered about your happiness, what about your old age? You don't know how many men and women that are miserable today because their children are not making them happy in the name of they never put effort to do something about conflicts in their relationships. Somebody said, hey, you don't understand. How do I talk to someone? Talk to someone. Pay for counseling and therapy. There's no amount of money, there's no investment that is too small or too big for you to have permanent peace in your relationship. And let me say this to men. A lot of you are having affairs because men have problems with women. You are in a place, you have one, like maybe 20 male, you have 200 females in that same place. So even if you don't want to do, they are looking for you. So men have problems by proxy. They have problems, not to talk of when they are now married and their wife is misbehaving. Their mental mind, their mental faculty moves and shifts. Let me tell you a secret, every woman hearing me. The moment you wake up in the morning and your husband does not feel like touching you, there's trouble in that marriage. Voila, today you are already on an exploded bomb. If you are no more attracted to your spouse, or leave me alone, nags you, leave me, boss, there's trouble. And the trouble is coming to stare on your face. And that is what happened during the avoidance stage. Ilẹ̀kùn ti ṣí. Yorùbá ní tí ògiri ò bá lanu, aláǹgbá ò lè wọ̀. Ṣẹ̀mí ń bí ẹ́ lògùn ọ̀rẹ́ o. The moment you find yourself in this stage of avoidance, seek help. Quick intervention bí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. Ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin mo tún fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ o. You know you are the head. I've seen a short man succeed. I've seen a blind man succeed. I've seen a lame man succeed. Please fix all the people who are physically challenged. Pack them and look at them. A man that does not have limbs, does not have legs, succeeded, became a celebrity. I've never seen a mad man succeed. Your head, that is the man, determines the body. I teach men. I said submission will be easy with you. Your wife will be easily submissive to you if you genuinely love that woman. I'm being honest with you. Let me give you an example. I want to go to the toilet now. I'm in the studio, I'm recording, and I felt like going to the toilet. My body signals to my brain, or my brain signals to my body, and the first thing I'll do is to stand up. Can you imagine if my brain tells me, Ufeto, go and wee, you want to ease yourself, and I said, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm not going. And you wee and I wee on the chair, God forbid. What happens? Something is wrong with my head. The head is the eyes. The head is the mouth. The head is the nose. That is where you find the brain. If you genuinely love your wife, I'm telling you the truth, she will naturally submit to you. It's going to be difficult for a man who sleeps around, who has enjoy me kanju ìbéèrè yìí ó ń ṣí kind of snake ni. Is opening me up to so many things that happens in relationship without people understanding the dynamics of their struggles. Hear me and hear me clearly. The moment you love your wife and your wife knows that genuinely you love her, there's no secret, there are no women somewhere, you are living a transparent life. She will submit no matter what. Let her be earning more than you, she will submit. When you understand what speaks love to her, you respect her, you treat her like a queen in her husband's kingdom, she would definitely honor you and listen to you and submit to you. The moment a man is saying, I'm the head of this house, something is wrong. I don't say I'm a woman, I know I'm a woman, because we are not fighting, we are not competing, we are just natural. I appreciate you for listening to me. I'll be right back after this break. Welcome back. My name is Funkeadetuberu. Today is my birthday and I'm so excited. And I'm sure you enjoyed the birthday song that you just heard. It's one of my favorite songs, just to celebrate the goodness of God. He has kept me for 59 years. Next year I'll be 60. Wow, that's a good one. Àánú ló ṣàánú mi. Ẹ jẹ́ n tún sọ eléyìí kí n tó continue. Ó ṣohun tuntun láyé mi kò dáwọ́ dúró. Àánú ńlá ni mo rí gbà. Ó ṣohun tuntun láyé mi kò dáwọ́ dúró. Aráyé ẹ wá bá mi yọ̀. Ó ṣohun tuntun láyé mi kò dáwọ́ dúró. Àánú ńlá. I can sing and sing and sing and sing. But I want you to have this privileged information. I want you to be so blessed in this episode that it will look as if it's a special episode for couples for my birthday. Just celebrating everyone that seems to appreciate me and what I'm doing in my generation. I'm living a script. I'm under an oath to see that my generation is better. I'm telling you. And nothing better happens than the home front. Yorùbá ní ilé láti kẹ́ṣọ̀ọ́ ròde. Charity begins at home. If the home front is not solid, nothing solid is out there. If my English is correct, there's nothing that will come out there. Everybody stems from a home, and that home determines how good and great our society will be. All the problems you are seeing in the whole world is traceable to the family system. So this one I'm talking about is not is not something we can treat or handle with levity. It is life. It is life. It is life. I've talked about the honeymoon stage, the stage of realization, avoidance stage. Now, nagging stage. I've not talked about nagging stage. I've talked about nagging stage. When you nag, you yell, you shout. Some even beat themselves. That is when the proper temper, the person you really are, your attitude, your character, the lion inside of you will now show. That is what happens to people when they get to the nagging stage. Avoidance and nagging. Let me tell you something. The moment you are married, before you marry, please, share gbogbo ẹ̀yin single tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi. Ẹ̀bẹ̀ àdúrà ni ẹ̀bẹ̀, mo lẹ́bẹ̀ àdúrà. The plea I'm pleading is for you to do premarital counselling. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run. They only gave you a marriage certificate without going to school. You are not expected to pass. Somebody said marriage is a scam. Who is scamming who? You both scamming each other. Because there are so many things that 14 invincible people are going into marriage. Maybe one of these days I'll be teaching the invincible that goes into marriage. Àwọn kan tẹ́ ẹ rí. So pastor tẹ́ bá ń join husband and wife, ẹ má join husband and wife o. 14 people tẹ́ ẹ rí. Invincible òun ló ń wọnú marriage yẹn lọ. Let me tell you something. The moment you start nagging, the next thing is separation. Like I said, when you start fimile, má wọ̀bí, jáde, gbás, gbós, ẹ̀ ń lọ nìyẹn o. You are living. Now, ṣẹ́rí àwọn kan wà, wọn ò fail, wọn ò pass, wọn ò kúrò ní class kan. They are divorced, but they are still under the same roof. Tán bá lọ party, tán máa ṣe bí wọ́n á rọ̀pá mẹ́jọ àbí mẹ́wàá, wọ́n á jọ wọ̀. But nothing is there. Obviously nothing. And you know them that you are not intimate, you are not soulmates, you are not involved, you are just there. That party, àwọn girlfriends, we met mẹ́rin lè wà ń bẹ̀. I've heard a lot. I've counseled a lot of people. And I discovered that so many people are struggling because they don't felt what divorce stage. That's the sixth stage. Honeymoon, realization, nagging, avoidance, explosion. That's the fifth stage. Then divorce stage. Now ṣẹ́rí divorce yẹn hey, àwọn ẹlẹ́sìn, àwọn tí wọ́n gbé club sórí, wọ́n divorce but wọ́n ti divorce. They are living together as tenants. They don't know what is happening to each other. They don't know the kind of business the person is doing. They don't know the risk. They don't know the debt. Wọ́n mọ gbèsè tó jẹ́. They don't know their health issues. And yet, they are in the house. They are divorced. They wear uniform to church. They wear uniform to mosque. They wear uniform to parties, but they are divorced. That's a bad stage to be. Kò fail, kò pass, kò kúrò ní class kan náà, suffering and smiling. Ṣé wàá rí o? You know I said something that your health is your marriage. Ṣé rí ibẹ̀ yẹn ni àwọn àìsàn oríṣiríṣi ti máa ń wọlé. Ṣé mọ̀ pé ìdílé tó bá láyọ̀ tí ẹ understand ara yín, you even take care of your diet. You watch what you eat. You watch what you watch. You watch what you say. You watch your association. You won't go and enter problem, take a risk that will now end you in the hand of 419 and end you in the hand of a scammer. And at the end of the day, millions and millions of money is being wasted, squandered like that in the name of we are tenants. We are in a divorce stage. We are married, but we are not married. Why? Please, if I'm going to leave you with anything today, get help, seek help. Rí mi báyìí, mi tí bá ìbéèrè yẹn débi kankan. Mi tí bá débi kankan. Sherry, let me tell you something. Tí ọkọ àti ìyàwó bá ti wà tí wọn ò lè finú hanra wọn, intimacy means into me you see. The moment you cannot tell your wife that you know what, one of these girls that used to be my friend when we were in school, I saw her, you would have raised an alarm. He has kept his marriage for 15 years, but it was just not in marriage. They must have been in any of the stages I've mentioned. Wọ́n fi Christianity cover, wọ́n fi ẹ̀sìn, wọ́n fi kóra wọn lómi ọbẹ̀ lọ. Because really, if you are one and you are intimate with your spouse and you met your ex or your ex lover or a lady or a married woman for that matter, màá ṣì sọ̀rọ̀ lórí yẹn bóyá next week, for that matter, and you went on and on before you now finally traveled, do you know that there's something we call emotional adultery? You've actually slept with that woman before you went into her, as it were. You have slept with her. The reason why I said you have slept with her is because if you think about it, you have done it. That is what my own Bible says. That is the tenet of my faith. Like I always say, I'm not talking to everybody. Nobody should come and stone me. Life is a choice. Life is belief. Life is your belief system. Life is about how you perceive things. I'm putting intentionally so that you will not say, what's wrong with her? Every messenger has a message. I've been so liberal on this program. I can talk to anybody. But this particular one that I'm talking about, I'm talking to people that the tenet of their faith says that they were both naked and they are not ashamed. And when you are talking about nakedness, you have to understand transparency is what he's talking about. It's not just being in the room naked as husband and wife. No, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, physically naked. So if this guy had not been going through this kind of stages I've talked about, he would have been comfortable to say, my dear mo ma rí nǹkan lé ní ẹgbàá mi. Yàbọ̀ àbí Yétúndé tá a ti meet rí láyé ìgbà tá a ti mọ̀ lọ́hùn tá a ṣì ń ṣe young boy young girl. Mo máa pàdé ẹ̀ ó tiẹ̀ ti marry gan. Engage ara yín conversation. Mi mọ̀ ó ṣà ń pè mí, ó ń pè mí léraléra, èmi ò mọ̀ nǹkan tó fẹ́ o. My dear bá sọ̀rọ̀ jọ. I told you I'm not talking to everybody. This is PhD A levels for some people. mo máa ń mọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ tí mò ń sọ, mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ àwọn tí mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀, agbami èrò ni mo dẹ̀ ti ń fọ̀hún. So definitely it's not everybody I'm talking to, but in a normal healthy setting where home is home, where God is the Lord over that home, and everybody have respect and reverential fear of God in our lives, you bring it to the table. Wá madam báyàwó mi sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n fẹ́ bá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ madam, but because you are flowing along to an extent of having to have extramarital relationship, having contact sexually with the woman, it shows that something is wrong with your marriage. So what I would suggest and advise is repair your marriage, or else that is the end. Because somebody that is living with a woman that he has had sex with another woman, and the body is now, you now discover that she has a disease, HIV, there's trouble. Your conscience guilt will be killing you. So the best thing is to get intervention from a professional. Wow Yorùbá ló wu ni ká jẹran pẹ́ lẹ́nu, ó ń fọnà fún ni ò máa jẹ́ o. Time ti lọ, imagine, no time. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone that has been privileged to listen to me today, and you have wished me happy birthday. I pray that àjọṣe wa ò ní bàjẹ́. Àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo dẹ̀ ń sọ yìí wọ́n á máa lé wa ni. Àdúrà tèmi máa ń gbà ń kọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn o. Let my words be a haunting shadow. Adétúbẹ̀rù sọ báyìí, Adétúbẹ̀rù sọ báyìí, ó yẹ kí n ṣe báyìí, ó yẹ kí n mú lò. That's my prayer. And the only birthday gift you can give to me, some of you can give me gift to me, but the best birthday gift you can give to me is to make sure that you do well in your home and save this generation. Hey, ìran yìí ìdílé làwọn ọmọ yẹn ti ń jáde o. Mo dà pé mo ti sọ níbẹ̀rẹ̀ program yìí, bóyá bígbó mi mo dẹ̀ ti sọ, mo lọ ṣe evangelism níbì kan. Àwọn ọmọ yẹn, ọmọ kéékèèké GSS 3 wọ́n ṣe exam to SS 1. Mo wá ní pé ẹ wá fún program kíní kan, wọ́n ní iṣẹ́ ọṣẹ wà ń bẹ, ṣáà máa fún wọn ọṣẹ yahoo. Ilé náà dẹ̀ ti jáde o. Well, if you have missed any of the episodes, like I said, join me on Instagram. My handle is funkeadetuberu. Of course, my YouTube channel is funkeadetuberu. Please subscribe and like my YouTube channel. Let's build our lives with the truth and with good information. On behalf of Dr. Yinka Joel-Ayefele, mo máa mọ̀ gbé wọn, mo mọ̀ to create ni. A woman has 38 solid powers. One of them is the power of creativity. I'm saying this at the end to celebrate my brother. There's no way the success story of my life will be written that his name will not be written in gold. I'm talking about one person, the CEO of Fresh FM Nigeria, Dr. Yinka Joel-Ayefele. On his behalf, I want to say very big thank you to all our listeners today. It's been wonderful. It's been amazing.